What's up, guys? Duke here from sportsgamers.com. I'm back with another Fire Madden 20 tip. Today I'm going to be breaking down one of my favorite money passing plays in the entire game. I'm going to show you guys two unique setups that I use to turn it up a notch that will beat any defense out there, whether it's a coverage, man, zone, or a blitz. So this is a play that's found in a ton of playbooks. Gun bunch verticals. I just broke down my setup for deep corner recently, a day or two ago. And I'm actually going to break down all my favorite money plays from Gun Bunch in the coming weeks and my favorite setup. So today we're going to go with verticals. Now, personally, I think West Coast Playbook has the best Gun Bunch, but, verticals is found in pretty much any playbook with Bunch. And, it's extremely effective at attacking any sort of defense you're going to face out there, from the all-out blitz to just, the people sitting back in coverage to, anything you're going to face. So first, I'm just going to look at someone sitting back in cover 3. Now, with this play, I do prefer to have the bunch on the wide side of the field. So you see, here you can see that the ball's on the left hash. So I make sure the bunch is lined up on the right. Now, before I get into my setups, I do want to remind you guys to please hit the subscribe button in the corner of the video to subscribe to the channel and make sure your notifications are turned on. We upload videos pretty much every day, from tips, gameplay, to Madden news. And we're going to continue doing so in Madden 21, so you're not going to want to miss out on this top-notch content. Finally, guys, if you're really rocking with us, showing us that love, smash that like button. It really does help out a lot, I promise you guys. So, getting into this cover 3, the setup I'm going to run is essentially going to be pretty easy. I make a few hot route adjustments depending upon what I see, but normally what I first off do is I max protect. So this is going to end up blocking your tight end and your running back. Now, at this point, it kind of depends if they're blitzing or not. If they're not really blitzing me too heavily and I don't really need the max protect, I'll go ahead and streak the tight end. But if they are sending a heavy, 7-man blitz at me, I will max protect, and I'll show you guys an example of that later in the video. Now, the other thing I like to do is I like to drag X, the outside left receiver, because this is going to give me a quick, short read over the middle of the field, especially in the event of a blitz. It's nice to have. The final thing I do is with the slot receiver, and I either put him on a post or a corner, and I'll show you guys why I like to use each one. We'll start with the post. Now, in order to do this, you will need one of two things. You're going to either need your quarterback to have hot route master, which is the way I like to do it, or you'll just need a receiver you can put there that has either route or slot apprentice to get those extra hot routes. At this point in the game, if you're passing the ball and you don't either have route or slot apprentice or hot route master quarterback, I really don't know what you're doing, because that's pretty much necessary at this point in the game to have at least one of those two things. So last thing we're going to do is we're going to motion this wheel route out to the sideline, and honestly this should probably be your fastest receiver of good route running. So in a real game, I would put Diggs there, okay? So I'll probably do that in a second, but just motion him out to the sideline and snap the ball while he's still in motion. Now, that read right there is honestly mostly for cover 2 or man-to-man. If they're playing cover 3 or cover 4, with a deep zone on the outside, you can't quick pass that wheel route this year like you used to could do. Unless now, if you are in the red zone, you actually can, and you won't get a quick pass inaccurate. So you can quick pass this in the red zone. But if you're not, this is basically a read if they're in cover 2 or man. So here they're in cover 3. So I can't really throw that as a quick pass. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read my drag, my streak, and my post. So here, you guys can actually see the drag was open, but I knew that the post was going to be open too if I just waited a split second. So I just waited, and you want to click on and hit Y on Xbox or triangle on PlayStation, to get this dive catch animation. You get this animation, it's pretty much guaranteed catch. They're not going to be able to react. Now again, that's if they're in cover 3 or cover 4. Now, they're going to use either the drag or the post, so you're just going to have to hit the other one. So, let's give an example of, let's say that they do try to use the post, right? So we'll take a look at that in a second here, and you'll see what I would do in that circumstance. So, again, let's just try to simulate dropping back on the post just like that. That's when you throw that drag right underneath, and you're going to get good yards. So that's how it looks against cover 3. Let me switch it up to cover 2 and man so you can see the wheel route in action. This is a very common money play, this wheel route, for years now. I think most of you guys should know what I mean, but we won't assume. So I do want to show you guys how this actually works. So Doesn't really matter the cover two they're in. It could be really any sort of cover two. Bottom line is, if they're in cover two or man, this wheel route's going to whoop. Now, man coverage, sometimes it can get locked if your receiver's not that good, doesn't have the best route running, and you're going up against the elite corner. But if you got a good receiver running this wheel route against man, it's going to get open, right? So let's take a look at it against cover two first. So you guys can see, essentially, what's going to happen is it's going to run right by the cloud, and the safety, he's going to be too far in the middle of the field, so it's an easy throw and catch. Now, the thing about this is you don't even need the tight end streak. So, say they're blitzing you and you need to max protect. This is still going to get open the same way, even without the tight end streak, which is what makes this so glitchy. So, you guys can see here, once it passes up the cloud, I just lead it easy. Now, the thing that turns this setup up a notch is the slot on the post with the drag. This is what makes it undefendable because at this point, and even the streak, you see that's a good read too. You always have that wheel route you have to account for, but now I'm making you guard the drag and the post too, and those are routes that you're going to have to use or guard no matter what coverage you're in. Otherwise, you're in trouble. So, like, let me just show you a quick example. Say you're just sitting back in cover two, and maybe you take the wheel right away with your user, you just run over there, I don't know, or you just make adjustments to take it away, whatever. You guys are going to see, I can still easily just throw this drag, the post over the middle of the field, the seam streak, all those routes still get open. And, you know, it's going to work whether they blitz 7 at you or not. So, like, here, say they blitz 7, right, from this big dime or any formation. You're still going to be able to throw this off the max protect because, like I said, you don't even need that tight end streak, technically, to get this open. Now, does it help? Yeah. But, I mean, you definitely don't need it. So, we can just sit back, do a little max protect, and we can just go ahead and do the drag with the post and then the motion wheel, okay? Now, you're probably thinking without the tight end streak, it might not get as open, but as you guys can see, it still gets open exactly the same. The safety's not going to be able to get over there, and with a faster receiver, that's a touchdown. And you guys can see we're doing it on Slay. He's one of the best corners in regs, and it's not making a difference. So, again, though, that's not your only read. They still do have to worry about the drag and the post. So, like, a lot of people will play coverage like this, and they'll man up that bunch receiver, and then they'll just try to lurk over the middle, right? Or they see the wheel route and they go run over there. Well, the thing is the drag, that's still going to get open even on man coverage, especially with a fast receiver. And then you still have the post too. So at the end of the day, these three routes are all beaters. Because if you're blitzing like this, you cannot stop these three routes. It's just not going to happen. You see, I can just quickly throw that post over the middle. And if you user that, I'll just either throw the wheel or the drag. Okay? It's that simple. Now, shifting gears here, I want to take a look at cover 4 real quickly again, just to show you this route combo is going to work no matter what. Now, the wheel route, like I said, that's for man cover 2. Cover 4 and cover 3, unless you're in the red zone and you can quick pass it, that's when you're going to have to start throwing the posts and the drags. But, you know, like I said, the post and the drag is real nice because the post, it's always going to get open, and really so is the drag. As you guys can see, I mean, the post doesn't even need any pull route to get it open. It just gets over the top of, you know, the underneath zones such as the hook, curls, and whatnot. But yet, it will stay underneath the deep zones. So you're going to have to use that. And it's more effective. It's great because the post works better run to the short side, and the wheel works better run to the wide side. And you guys can see, again, if like one of these linebackers is the user and it goes and covers the post, then the drag is open anyways for yards, but then it's just wide open for tons of yards. So that's always really nice. Now, I do want to look at the variation I have, which is the corner route. So the corner route variation is actually really nice. So this corner route's really nice because when you motion the wheel route out and have that slot in the corner, it pretty much, the wheel route will take any flat zones away to the sidelines. So you can have that little vacated area to throw a quick little low ball to this corner route up against pretty much any coverage, as you guys can see there. Now, he ended up dropping the ball because Cousins honestly just threw, you know, his throw power is not very good, so sometimes he doesn't throw the best passes. But, I mean, that's there every time, and especially if you have a post-flag elite, this is going to be an easy read. Now, it works. The great thing is cover 2, cover 4, cover 3, doesn't really matter. You just want to click on a possession, catch it just as I did there. So I'll show it against cover 2 in a second here, but really, the read is pretty much the same. Look, the wheel route's going to make the flat zone go to the sideline, whether it's the corner in a cover 2 or safety or slot or linebacker, whoever in a cover 3 or cover 4. That guy's going to go to the sideline. In the deep zone, he's never Once you master this low ball, going to be able to react. So you just throw the low ball right in there, and you click on a possession catch. Now the great thing about this is, again, if they user it, you have the streak right down the seam. So if they don't cover the seam, they leave that with their user, throw the seam. Also, you still have the drag coming across the middle, so you can still hit that every single time. It's very, very easy read. And of course, you still do have the ability to, max protect this if they're screaming at you like this, and, throw. We'll actually do a little cover 2 action. Throw the, it against the cover 2. So, the wheel route's going to take that flat zone away. Whether it's cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, doesn't really matter. Any flat zone is going to be out of the equation. So let's take a look at this again. This is cover 2 based. You'll see what I'm talking about. Motion to the sideline. Quick little low ball. Bam. Easy. Now again, they go user that, no problem. We have the drag going over the middle of the field, and then also we have the wheel route too. So there's always going to be something here. So I really like having the ability to mix in the post with the corner route. So again, no matter the defense, we got an answer. So like, again, they could be in cover 4, and maybe they actually take away the corner route manually. That's fine, right? Let's say that they just go run over here. They're using the hook zone, right? And they just go run over. They anticipate the corner route. They take it away. That's cool because look, now I just throw the seam route right in that same spot they vacated. Now, maybe they use the other linebacker, right? So that the seam is still covered, and they just run over there with the other linebacker just like this. So again, that's not really going to make a difference because that's going to vacate the area left for the drag. So again, you guys can see that. A little nice spin back over the middle, pick up some extra yardage, bam. Very, very easy. So these 2 ways I run verticals are my favorite ways to run it. I've been running verticals for years, but with the ability to have the slot on the corner and the post this year, I really feel like it makes it 1,000 times better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to show that love, smash that like button, and we will be dropping more Gun Bunch money plays. I think we're going to go with receiver post next. So stay tuned for more content. Until next time, it's Duke, and I'm out of here.